And we are on Alchemy Brothers. We're back. It's Remigio and Eric. And
Hey, how's everyone?
hope everyone's doing good. How's your week, Eric?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I had to acknowledge, like one of my chefs told me that I'm doing a really good job, and then I'm proceeding more than his um e- expectations.
Hell yeah.
So
Good
that was
shit.
cool.
That's
That was a
good.
good morale boost.
I bet. No. Self confidence boost. Hell yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I
That's
knew
good,
it.
man. So I already know, but thank you. It feels good to hear it from somebody else and not just from me all the time. In the morning, I go in the mirror. I'm like, you're doing a great job, bro. Keep it up.
You're the best.
Oh man, same here. No, this week was good. I finally got my paperwork processed for the orphanage, so I'm happy
Oh,
about that. Yeah,
that's some good news.
yeah, it took forever. Well, honestly, I messaged him on Wednesday, and I was like, "Yo, like, what's up?" And the person I messaged, she's all like, "Oh, I don't work there. I don't work with the San Antonio department anymore. I'm actually at another city now. I think like Houston or something."
Oh wow.
And I was like, "What the f?" And then I messaged my cousin because he used to work there, and he passed me the supervisor's number, and I called him and I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And he's like, I was like, I already got the job. I'm just waiting for my paperwork to get processed and my background stuff and everything. And he's like, yeah, man, like I don't know what's going on. Like, um, he's like, I don't know what's going on because it shouldn't take this long. We're like short staffed. Like we need people already. Like, I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like they told me I got the job, so I'm just waiting on this background. He's like, well, let me call you back in like 10 minutes, and I'll be back. I was all right. And he calls me back. He's like, hey, man, just good news. You're going to be getting an email either today or tomorrow. You just do that email and then we'll get you started next week, or not next week, but next month. And I was all right, cool. And yeah, I got the email and I filled that out. And then the email said, at your, like the date that they're going to try to get me started, maybe sooner, but the date that it's like going to be is like the 13th of February. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I'm excited.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, finally,
Just don't say that you hate orphanages, okay?
I never hated residents, or like what are they called, retirement homes. Nah, man. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely a new chapter. This whole month and last month. It's been a little tight, but even then, it's like I'm making it. So now, no, moving forward, I'm gonna be killing it, dude. I don't know. I'm excited.
Is it a pump grade that you were doing before the job that you were doing before?
Like pay,
Yeah, paid
pay.
wise.
Oh, bro. I was getting paid 14 with the phone company. Over here, I'm gonna get 18. So
Oh, nice.
four
Oh
dollars.
yeah,
Yeah, it's something, bro. It's more. It's yeah, man. That shit adds up, too. I'm excited. So
I'm excited for you.
yeah. So it's gonna be good. But other than that, nothing too exciting. I mean, I just like my days. I don't even plan them.
Yeah.
Well, I do like I'll like my weeks. I mean, I don't plan my weeks. I plan my days now. Like I'll like write down like 3 o'clock or like 4 o'clock. You're doing this. 5 o'clock. You're gonna do this. 6 to 8 o'clock. You're gonna be doing this. Kind of thing. I try to follow that as like as precisely as possible, but then I do get distracted every now and then. Like I mentioned yesterday, I was like, man, I be hopping on my phone too much now, dude. I actually had to delete Facebook and TikTok off my phone just because I be on that too much, and I'm like, man, I gotta get off this.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I'm on Instagram most of the time,
Yeah,
just
and
liking everything I see.
you're like heart, 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 heart.
Like yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, same here. I post like, oh, that's good for my story. I'm putting that on my story.
Same thing with me. I was like, I was like, that's a cool ass quote. on my highlight.
I think like so many people, like no one watches my stories now. I like checked one time and it was like 4 people watch my stories. I was like, yeah, man, you guys are missing out, man. But to the 4 people that are watching it, you guys are learning something, you know?
It's like, you guys are awesome.
So I respect you. I love you guys, man. Oh man. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I was right now, like I was telling you, so this everyone, I was telling Eric about this thing. It's called something the CIA did back in 1983, I think. Yeah, early 80s. It's called the Gateway Process. And I was reading into this stuff, dude. It's really interesting because they have PDFs that you could download. And I actually read one part, and this is going to blow your mind. So it kind of like, from my understanding of it, it's kind of like the law of attraction in a sense, you know, because they're stating, you know how the law of attraction, you know, you ask, you believe, you receive it, you know, but you're focusing your thoughts on that one specific item that you want, right? And even that video that I sent with the what was it called, the hidden secret or something like that.
Text message, right?
The one I sent on Instagram, I think.
Oh,
I forgot what it's called.
something pull secret. It out.
But look, I'm gonna read you this part, okay?
Okay.
This is from the CIA PDFs, and they're talking about the human mind. This is all about the human mind. It focuses like on like meditation. It focuses on like hypnosis. What other stuff, like conscious energy, like REM sleeping, like lucid dreams and everything like that. It doesn't, like, from my understanding of it, it doesn't really tell you how to do it, but it just explains like these subjects, they did this and they were able to, you know, kind of thing. It kind of like informs you of what's about.
Oh, wow.
But it doesn't really specify how to like go about it, right? But this one part, it like blew my mind. So he says here, let's see. The human mind in its natural state may be likened to an ordinary lamp. Okay, so right now just picture your brain or your mind as like a lamp, right? It's just projecting light, which expends energy in the form of both heat and light, but in a chaotic and incoherent way, which diffuses its energy over a wide area rather than limited depth. So right there, you know, that's just anyone, you know, just your normal people, you know, stuck in the matrix, you know, just going about their days, and their brain is just, you know, it's everywhere, you know, they're not focused on anything, you know, they're worried about all these other things, all, you know, everything, right? And then it says this part, but like someone with a trained mind, someone who's been working on their mind for a good time, it says this part. On the other hand, the human mind under a discipline of hemisync is like their form of saying like I guess concentrated mind, right? The human mind under discipline of hemisync acts after the fashion of a laser beam, which produces a disciplined stream of light. The stream of energy is projected in a total coherence of both frequency and amplitude, which are such that the surface area of the laser beam contains billions of times of concentrated energy found in a similar surface area of the sun. So imagine that. So you got the one brain that's just like throwing light like this, you know, everywhere. But then you got the one light that's just like, you know, like the one brain that's just like zeroed in, and it contains like that amount of energy that could be found in the sun, dude. Like just freaking blew my mind. I was like,
we do depend on the sun as, you know, as a planet and people, you know, like without the sun, there wouldn't be us. So in a way, I feel like, yeah, I agree with that. We could have energy just like the sun does, you know.
Yeah, and like the thing too, like the human mind is so strong that it could actually light up a whole city. It doesn't matter what city you're in. It could light up a whole city for an entire week.
That's crazy.
It's freaking wild, dude. You know, and I don't know, it's kind of cool because if like since we're like working our brain, we're working our mind, you know, we're trying to like work our emotions and everything, you know, just to be better for ourselves and, you know, raise our kids when we have kids. You know, I'm gonna teach my kids all this. You know, my kids are gonna. I don't mean to brag or anything, but my kids are gonna know to focus on themselves and not fuck everyone else, kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. It's interesting, dude. Like I'm reading into it, and they also talk more about like let me see, the concentrated minds. They could actually tap into. You remember me mentioning the infinite intelligence, which is like you being able to like pull information from other people's minds. Like it doesn't matter if they're alive or dead. It kind of mentions that too here too. Where is it at? Let me see if I could find it. I was trying to highlight these papers on my computer, but didn't let me.
I wonder why.
But it was saying, oh God, it's somewhere in here. In the universe, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Because they talk about meditation. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so right here he's talking about like meditating, like a practice mind once it's meditating, that the participant then gains access to various levels of initiative knowledge which the universe offers. So that small part right there kind of blew my mind too. I was like, wow. So like all these books, like this book from like the 1920s and all these other ones, they kind of talk about that too, how like you could tap into like your infinite intelligence and pull this information out. This is being done in the 1980s, bro. These people are writing these books from like the 1920s, before the Great Depression, you know, early 1900s. And they didn't even know this information, you know, they just kind of assume this information. They're like, you know, it makes sense to them. So they said that stuff. And I'm reading this and these people are kind of like acknowledging that. They're like, yeah, you know, if someone's practicing their mind enough, they could pull this stuff out of the universe. They could get this information, you know? And yeah, I was reading, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say that I feel like, yeah, it's possible as long as like you're setting your mind, you know, your mindset to whatever you're trying to get. And I feel like the universe in a way gives you that information to you as long as you're looking for it. And I guess almost like an obsession to the thing you're trying to look for. So I feel like, yeah, I totally see that, like the CIA in a way, like especially in the 70s and 80s, I feel like they did a lot of like behind the scenes and didn't tell anybody, like experiments and stuff on humans and animals alike.
Saw a bug on my wall. Yeah, no, for sure though, because what do you call it? The video game Black Ops, bro. I think that game had a lot of truth into it because that one guy in the main campaign, he's like tied up to a chair, you know. You remember? And the whole game was a mind trip itself. And I feel like, yeah, definitely back then they kind of did that stuff. So in the beginning of these papers too, they're talking about how they're in a way I'm like understanding, like they're training their soldiers, these soldiers back then or even now, to be very mind strong, because in this part right here, he says, where is it at? So, like, that the brain itself can emphasize by memory recall the same process to cause its straightening by affirmation and repetition. So, like, they could straighten up, make themselves stronger, strengthen themselves up, and in the same way, they can block pain. Healing can be enhanced, and and malignate tumors. Like, they could reduce tumors if they had a tumor in their mind, and eventually destroy the tumor. And this is just all by the mind. Like, no medications, no nothing. So I was like, wow.
I could believe that. Honestly, I've always felt like how we're really related to a lot of things. For example, like a plant, it could heal itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could rip off a branch and then put it into dirt, and it'll grow another plant from that same branch. Or stem. I feel like, in a way, like those same DNA that's in those plants are within ourselves, but we just don't know how to use that. So I honestly do feel like what you're saying right there about the whole tumor things, and they're able to actually like diminish it, completely gone. I agree. I honestly think we do have that ability. We just don't know how to tap into that yet. I would say yet.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's people that do know how to do it, and if they don't and they just like practice it, they eventually can tap into it and like actually heal themselves. Like, for example, there's a woman in the book The Secret. She's talking about how she had cancer, and she didn't want to believe it. She's like, I'm not going to talk that I have cancer. I'm not going to say that I have cancer. Instead, she started watching like funny movies. And every time, like when she had a chance or she remembered, she's like, thank you for my healing. I'm healthy. And the cancer just disappeared out of nowhere, dude. And I'm just like, wow, like, yeah. But this week, honestly, right now that you were talking about that, like the tumor and everything, I think for us, it wouldn't be like within ourselves. We're actually pulling energy from outside source. Like, for example, I'm gonna give like I went walking to the park that I usually go walking to. It's like a forest, and I was there for like 2 hours probably. I walked the whole course, and then I just sat at this spot and I was meditating. But I remembered this one thing, and I sent you a video a while back. It was these guys talking about like forests and how like the forest underneath the ground, like if you could see underneath the ground, that it's just like intertwined roots with each other, and they kind of work like the internet in a way. If you want to like describe it that way, that like if one tree's dying, they're pulling energy from that tree, or like giving energy to that tree so that it doesn't die, you know. And I kind of saw that too in the forest when I was walking. I was like, wow, this tree's probably dead. And they try to save it, but they like, instead of trying to save it, it's just like, you know what, he's gone. So they just pull the energy from everything from that tree and just, spread it all over to all the other trees, right? And then that tree eventually falls over. And I kind of, right now that you were saying that too, I kind of picture that like if we could do self-healing with ourselves, then it in a sense it is from within ourselves, but it's also us pulling energy from the outside sources, into our own selves. So it's pretty cool.
Honestly, like I straight up believe like everything that you're like saying right now, that it's possible to do that. It's possible to get the energy from the plants around you or the animals around you. Like, I feel like as a human being, we're supposed to be helping with each other, like everyone, the plants, the animals. Like, we're supposed to be with all of us, like in one happy fucking earth.
Yeah.
but we don't, because we have our own, separate mindsets and stuff. Like that's what's kind of making us not tap into that energy, because we're so busy with our phones, or we're busy with like worrying about things.
Mm-hmm.
How am I going to pay rent, or how am I going to do this, or how am I going to pay my medical bills and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like that worry kind of kills that energy within yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
I honestly do agree. Like we can tap into different energies as long as we have that mindset that we can
Mm-hmm.
do it, and believe within ourselves that we are able to do that.
Yeah. No, yeah. That was beautifully said. No, yeah, for sure. Um, because I always see this picture as like it's like it's like the galaxy, right? And then there's like a little arrow pointing to like a little beam of light. And he's like, that's us. And you're worried about like all this. And they list like stupid worries, like you're worried about your car payment, you're worried about this, you're worried about that. You didn't come to you didn't you're not in this little spot in space just to be worried about that.
I have seen that before. I really like that one.
And so that's true. Like I think about that a lot too. I'm like, why am I worried about that? Like I'll be dead one day, dude. Like and like that's gonna be the least of my worries when that day comes.
Yeah. Honestly, like I've been trying to train myself to cut that that worry sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though it pops in my head sometimes, it's not. It's we're humans. It just things pop in our head sometimes.
Yeah.
But I catch myself, and then I tell myself, okay, there's no reason for me to even think that way. So I cut it right there and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Then I just carry my way through the whole, like throughout the whole 24 hours until the next time, or like 15 minutes, maybe something else will pop in my head, and I'm just like, oh no, don't think that. Or like someone pisses me or someone pisses me off, and I'm like, all right, Eric, chill, don't say anything stupid. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah. So this like 2 days ago, some guy cut me off. Dude, I hate the people driving trucks. These people
Oh,
just drive
dude.
trucks, big ass trucks, like lifted ass trucks. I'm like, dude, okay, I get it. You're insecure. It's cool. Been there, done that. um, and I have a Kia. It's not a small car, but I mean, you can fucking see it if you're driving, bro. Like you look, you see me. All right, this guy just dude, these trucks, because they have trucks, they just cut people off, right? They don't care what's gonna happen to you. So I like slam my brakes. This guy like just cuts me off, and he just goes about his day. And I just honk my horn, dude. I'm holding my horn for like a minute, dude, and I was just pissed. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get up to him, and I'm just flicking him off. And then after I let go of the horn, I'm just like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, what is like me doing this to you? What is that gonna do, right? I'm like, it's not gonna do anything. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. Then he's probably gonna get mad, and then he's gonna try to hit me, and then I'm gonna get more mad, and and I'm just like, just whatever. Um, but eventually, I ended up going like neck to neck with him, and I know he was staring at me. I don't know if like what he was trying to do, but I was just like, whatever, bro. I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna keep driving. Like, it's whatever. I already forgot about it. Yeah. But yeah,
That's like honestly, like that's one of the one things that I fucking hate when people do. It's like when they cut me off, or it's when like someone's blocking the way because they're decided just to turn there and they don't have room to go like
uh,
ahead, so they're like legit like sticking out. That pisses me off sometimes. It's like, you fucking idiots, like just turn somewhere else, like turn in the other fucking light and come around, like.
yeah. Yeah, so that was probably like my one like angry moment this week. I was just like, it's cool.
For me, it's at work. Like sometimes it's just you've worked in the kitchen before.
Yeah.
There's like sometimes like someone doesn't show up, or someone shows up but not completely there. Like it's just sometimes it's just like, dude, like
Yeah.
want to get mad, but I'm just like, what, maybe he does. Maybe he needs the day off, or maybe he's like something's going on in his head. Like like.
Yeah. Been there. Dark times. Nah. But yeah, I was gonna roll off with something else too right now. Uh, Damn, I don't remember. Fuck it.
Have you been journaling your dreams?
No, I should though. I've had some pretty crazy ones. Um, and I think I'm controlling them. There's some that I do know that I'm controlling. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna dream, I'm gonna do this, and then I end up doing it. Like I'm smack her ass. No, just like, um, but there's other times too where, like yesterday, I had some nightmares, dude. I had a couple nightmares. I don't remember one. I think I almost died in one, and it was weird. I woke up and I was just like, what the fuck? And I went back to sleep, and then I had a dream where it was my cousin's girlfriend. Oh, it was weird. Like she went into like this elevator, but the elevator was like made out of wood, and it was like bamboo sticks that like will pull it up and down. I don't know. It was weird, right? The elevator broke and she fell and like broke her legs, and then I woke up from that dream. I was like, bro, that's two dreams already in a row. That's kind of scary dreams, you know.
Yeah.
But I need to do that honestly because I think that would help me a lot to be able to control my dreams. If I could remember where I left off on a dream, I'll be like, yeah. Have you been doing that?
No. Um, I've been trying to like get back to like the mindset of I could dream again because like I told you like
Yeah.
before like and I know I've said it here a couple of times like sometimes I just like go to sleep and it's just like a computer just turned off and then turn back on when my alarm goes off and just like but sometimes I do get dreams like a couple I want to say like maybe like 2 maybe 3 days ago I had a dream that I was at work and
Those are the worst.
like yeah, I was at work and then it was like before like I guess it was like set date before COVID or something because the people were still in the people were sitting inside the dining room so like I can kind of somewhat vividly remember it and I was just like walking by and then I like turn around and then I see someone and then I just woke up and that's it and it was just like brief and I was just like man that was weird I was like the kitchen's not even open.
They don't sit in the dining room then? People
No,
don't?
we right now over here in California, and especially in like around Los Angeles area, it's a pretty big like COVID. So there's only takeouts, like takeout and pickup. So there's no dining in or anything.
Over here, they don't care, dude. I don't know about like nursing homes. I don't know how that situation is, but yeah, restaurants out here they're
Or
open.
like whatever.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's Texas.
I still can't believe the whole Sunday thing. That still like trips me out.
Yeah, no beer on Sunday or no
That's
alcohol. Yeah.
that's crazy. Over here in
I,
California, it's like
I
what?
was, yeah, I was driving. I was like, who did I tell that to yesterday? I was driving yesterday. I was like, who did I tell that to yesterday? And then now that you mentioned it,
It's just like, wow, that's insane.
uh, but a fun fact about dreams, uh, I don't know if you have like dreams that you like remember from like a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you knew this, but you actually don't remember that dream. You actually remember the last time you remember that dream.
Wait, say that one more time.
Okay, so let's say you had a dream like 5 years ago, right? But 3 years ago you remember that dream. You're like, wow, that was a weird dream, right? And then like 3 weeks ago you remember that dream, and then
Yeah.
today you mentioned that dream, right? You're actually not remembering the time that you dreamt it, but you're remembering the last time that you remembered it.
Oh, okay.
Does that make
So it's
sense?
like a
So
little, yeah, it's like a little latch. Like it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that's
So
cool.
yeah,
It makes sense though. Yeah, because like I would say like the last time I talked, well, I thought it was pretty weird, but like there was this one nightmare that I had when I was, I don't know, probably 12, maybe a little younger than that,
mm-hmm.
maybe 10, and I woke up like all like in a fear. And my mom's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Oh, I just had a dream. There was this bunch of monsters that were cooking me, and they're all just sitting around me, like while like watching me burn." And the the funny part was like the name of the gang of the monsters was called Fuego. So she was funny. I just remember waking up and I was like, "Oh shit, that was scary."
Actually, hold on, give me a second. There's like this little bug that's walking on my wall.
Chancla.
I don't want to smear on my wall.
Are you gonna do the right thing and send it on its way outside?
All right, I was gonna say something because you said fuego, and I was gonna say something else about. Oh, so I had this dream. Well, not even a dream because I don't even remember what happened. My biggest fear before was because I talked to my grandma the day before I had this dream, and we were talking because one of my grandpa's brothers passed away from the Rona, and we were
Sorry about that,
talking
man.
life, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, like his wife passed away, and then he passed away like the same day, and I was like, oh, that's really beautiful, you know, grandma. And she's like, you think so? And I was like, I mean, like, how else can you look at it? I mean, life is like, that's the only thing that is guaranteed in our lives, you know, is us passing away. And she's like, yeah, I guess it is because, you know, he used to depend on her a lot. And then if he would have like not passed away and he would have been okay, then he wouldn't had anyone to, you know,
Take
really,
care of them.
yeah. I was like, see, so like, yeah, look at it in the best way possible, you know. I mean, it is sad, but at the same time, you know, you gotta be happy for the life they lived and knowing everything, right?
And being able to pass away at the same time too. It's like, I don't know. I think that's kind of cool.
It's cool, right? And so yeah, we're like, I had like, this is probably one of like the best conversations I ever had with my grandma because we talked about a lot of different things, and I told her too. I was like, yeah, you know, I used to be really scared of dying. I was like, I mean, I've come to terms with it now. Like, I accept the fact that one day I won't ever be here. That night, I actually had a dream that I did die. And I woke up and I felt the idea of not existing. And that scared the shit out of me that night. Like, cause I'm in bed alone, right? And I like, and I was like, bro, if I just, you know, just poof, disappeared, I was like, wow, you know, like we were at one point not even an idea, you know, like your mom wasn't even an idea, your dad wasn't an idea, bro, and by far you were not even an idea, you know, and just that idea of all that, I was like, wow. And I just kind of slapped myself and I was like, oh, snap out of it. And I just went back to sleep. But it was pretty wild. I was like, damn, that's crazy, you know.
Yeah, but honestly, I feel like after death, I believe in reincarnation. Like, I don't feel like we just don't go anywhere else. Kind of like the movie Soul. I really that movie was pretty cool. I thought that concept, like the whole movie was pretty cool. Like you do die, you come back, and then you're born again in different. But I honestly feel like there's different Earths, different universes that you'll go to, depending on how well you did as a human and how good you did as a human. Depending, that's how like you kind of like level yourself through the universe, is by your you know how good you were and the things you did.
Yeah, no,
and how well you kept yourself.
I actually was on TikTok, and this guy was talking about. He says he's from the future, and I like getting like perspectives from other people when they see themselves like that. Um, he's like, yeah, I'm from the future. He's like, you know, he's like, when you pass away, there is an afterlife. He says there is an afterlife. He's like, you're like, he kind of explained it like you're a beam of energy, right? Um, or that you can choose to remain a beam of energy and just continue to like just observe, or that you could continue, you could like choose to come back to Earth. And he says that 90% of people that like that when they pass away, that they, you know, they continue getting that, they want that human experience because it was fun that one time they had it, right? Mm. And he kind of stated that like when you pass away, like you write, oh, this was my human experience, like, and that there's like a kind of like a board of all your human experiences and like who you were and what you did, and that when you see that, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this differently, and then now you go back in there and then you try to do that. And I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, that's interesting. I mean, I don't believe like him like that. I don't believe that, but reincarnation, I do believe it at times. Because it's kind of like if we're just a beam of energy, because I see it as like a like energy, you know, like yeah, like why wouldn't we be able to like manifest into another body or something, you know, like or something like because you know you see Goku with like the spirit bomb, you know, he's holding it, like that could be us, and then you know he like we go and land into some other like universe or something, and we're there now or something. I don't know.
I honestly, but I strongly believe that I don't know. Like I feel like God has a lot of power to grant those things, like to make it even in existence. Like you're in a body to learn a lesson, and then you move on to another body to learn another lesson. So it's like just grabbing, you know, lessons to lessons. I feel like it's, I don't know, like he wouldn't just create one thing, you know, and that's it. And there's this whole like universe around us with nothing else, you know. Like I feel like he would have done more somewhere else, so you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because I mean, like you said, like if he would have just like created just one of us, bro, like that's a small ass percentage of like what can be and what is. Then if the what is that small percentage, then the what can be is, you know, beyond us. Because like if you, because time, like they say time's irrelevant, you know, like if two people, like you're born in California but then someone else is born in India, you know, they're born at the same time, are they really born at the same time on the same day, you know?
Yeah.
Which is trippy because if you go like far deep in space, time hasn't even passed. Yeah, so
yeah, that's a great way of looking at it.
But no, yeah, I agree too, because he wouldn't just create us just to like, all right, man, you lived it, you liked it, no, all right, well, too bad you're coming up here now.
I honestly do think there's like more to life than what we know and we think to know.
Yeah. So, like that whole right now those CIA files, bro, I'm gonna be laser beam my life from now on, bro. I'm gonna be focusing on all my thoughts and just beaming my way through life.
Yeah, well, honestly, it's the best way of like to you gotta learn how to tame your mind for it to. And I honestly wish like I would have known all this when I was younger, but you know that's what life is, to learn. That's why like I honestly like I'm still trying to learn more about, you know, our mind, because it fascinates me how little percent of our mind we use, you know? Yeah. And it's crazy. Like it literally, like I'm like, wow, like it's like with the ocean, like we only like I think like 5% of it. We've only like gone through it. Like, and there's
Yeah.
much more. You know, like I feel like there's more like animals that we think there is that we think we know there is.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's definitely has to be a like a Godzilla.
For sure. Did you see the Godzilla versus
King Kong. Bro, I've
yeah,
been
King
waiting for
Kong?
that. Yeah.
That's insane.
I'm waiting
I'm
for that.
excited for that.
Yeah. That's why I mentioned Godzilla. I was like I still have to watch Godzilla too though. And Kong Island or whatever it's called, Skull Island.
I've seen those ones. I honestly have not seen any of the new Godzilla movies.
No? Number one's
No.
alright. Number two I haven't seen it yet. But I
Like
have
I
to
literally did not see any of the new ones that came out, but the King Kong ones I have.
the newer one that came out about like 4 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yeah, the one that in the island.
Yeah. I haven't
Yeah,
seen that one yet.
I thought it was good. I liked it.
Uh,
From what I can remember of it, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, going back to like the ocean topic, for sure. I feel like this is Earth, right? This is the ocean, and this is the other ocean on the other side. That it just could like you could just swim, like or like not swim, obviously, but you know, there's a way to
So
get to the other side, you know. And I feel like a lot of animals do that. Like they just swim under through Earth's ocean and just get to the other side.
the other thing that like always like one of the things that always pops in my mind is about like caves. Like how deep do they go to and in the earth before you hit, you know, like magma or water, depending
Uh,
on how.
the ones that trip me out, I don't know how they work. Are the yeah, like the caves you said, like because you know I'm gonna draw a picture. Like these caves. Can you see it? Like this,
Yeah,
like you know, like this is the ocean all around where I put this cave. Like you could like obviously not here, you know, but the ocean's all around this one. Like because I've seen those caves like where like
underwater.
yeah, like I've only seen them in movies, but you know, makes sense.
No, I've seen like people you post up like little like the benches and stuff they go to. Like there's actual like caves you could like walk into, and then you have to swim to keep going through the cave. I thought it was pretty cool.
uh,
I just like I don't know something like I'm pretty sure we have not explored every craft and cranny in the earth, like
oh
within like
no.
caves and stuff. And there's like much more greater broad of like animals out there that we have not seen yet.
Mm-hmm. I saw,
Insects.
oh yeah, I saw a video of I think it was on Instagram of a like a dead whale,
Mm.
and it was just on like on the ocean floor, and it was like all these little animals just eating away on that whale. I thought that was kind of cool
I've seen
because
that before.
right,
I
those
think
are
it's
cool.
awesome.
Those are pretty cool. Just because like life, dude. Like I thought that was so beautiful. I was like, wow, man, that's so cool. Like I never really thought a whale could die, and then you know, and like they're just
Picking at it.
yeah. And there's
Yeah, it is a.
like there's a big predator there. He's not even bothering. He's eating the whale too. You know, he's not. Everyone's just, hey man, yeah, come and eat.
It's a buffet.
Basically, yeah.
But speaking of like the whole concept of like the animal dying, like I honestly feel like I don't know, I've always felt this way about like how as humans we are supposed to be buried without coffins.
Mm,
So our body and fibers and everything of us is utilized to give health to the earth as well again.
mm-hmm.
Like the animals will eat you and then some of your body, you know, will get taken from the like the soil around you and it just like
You just go back to Earth.
yeah, like pretty much I feel like that's one of the things that a lot of people don't kind of see that.
Mm-hmm.
They just think like, oh, I'm gonna put them in a box and then bury them.
Yeah, no, I don't want. Honestly, I've said this a lot. I don't want to be put in a coffin. I hate boxes, so respect that. I wouldn't mind being put in a tree pod. The tree pods, what I don't know if you've seen those or heard of those.
Yeah, I have.
Where they like you get put into a pot like a tree, and then like it's a seed, and then you get planted, and I think that would be fucking cool. Because even then you decompose, and then you give life to a tree.
Honestly, like that would be one way I wanted to be put down, I guess, or buried, I guess. So that's one way. Or I've always said that the Viking's funeral. They put me in a boat. Yeah, I thought that was always cool. I thought it was pretty grand, and then everybody gonna party while after that.
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't want no one. I want no one crying for me. I want people celebrating that I'm moving on to a next life.
The next level. Yeah, that's true. That's what I want to. Oh, don't cry. All right.
Just be happy.
Yeah, but right now that we're talking about this, I saw one of my buddies. He posted something. It was like, it said, what's the stupidest thing that we waste money on? And it said funerals. It's like, when I die, just throw my body away. And I was like, yeah, actually, yeah.
Like, I agree on that. That's a lot of money that you spent.
I was like, yeah, dude, honestly, like just like it coming from him, this guy's like one of the funniest, like sweetest dude you ever meet. And just like seeing that him post that, I was like, wow, dude, like, I would have never expected you to say that. But yeah, I honestly agree. And I just kind of pictured like a dead body just like in the garbage can, like its foot up here and the shoe still on.
He's like,
I was like, oh, damn it. Just throw your garbage bag on top of it.
Oh, you're like, later, guy. Damn you, Siri.
But
it's funny.
Let's see.
Like, oh shit, that's my neighbor.
Dang, Philip. Well,
you lived a good life. I hope you like pizza.
So we didn't finish it. That's horrible. So last night when I was falling asleep, I felt like I was on a wave. I was trying to do REM or lucid dreamings, and I feel like I kind of was on the stage of going into one, but my bed was just going like this the whole entire time. It was so cool, and I was just like, okay, I like this. Man.
I've only felt that when I ate an edible and tried to go to sleep, and I just couldn't. I felt like my bed kept moving.
The one time I did that, it was when I was living in Cali. I ate an edible. It was the weirdest one ever, dude. I felt like I was a shark. I don't know why. It was weird. I was like, okay, I feel like a shark. I don't know how a shark feels, but if he feels like what a shark feels, this is what it is. I felt the color purple and green, dude. I was a shark. That's all I know.
Purple and green. That's the Joker.
It was weird. It was strange, dude. And I couldn't sleep. I was just like, holy shit, I'm a shark.
Yeah, I usually don't ever take edibles and sleep because I don't recommend that at all. Because there's the few times that I've done them and try to go to sleep, like I usually can't go to sleep because my mind's wandering or like I feel things at the time. Like I literally felt like I thought it was an earthquake. So I got up and went downstairs to see if the chandeliers were moving, and they were straight. They were moving nothing at all. And I was like, okay, it's just me. And each time I'm about to like get into my sleep, into that percentage of sleep when you're about to knock out, I started feeling my bed moving. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? This is. I was like, never again.
I haven't done that in forever either. Can't. Oh, man.
Soon you will, man. Soon you will. The earth, and all the nations are gonna finally, like, you know what? Weed's not that bad.
Like, I mean, it's not. I was actually listening to this guy. I'm gonna be sending you this video because it was something I was gonna be sending, but then I started reading these CIA files. But it's this guy. He's talking about like meditating, but also like psychedelics. Like how he went to Peru one time and he took with a shama out in Peru, like a psychedelic trip. But it was like, it's guided. They tell you what to think and how to like go about it. And he says like that was pretty like really fun. And then like later down in the line in his life, he's a millionaire, billionaire. I don't even know. He's rich, but he went to a dinner party, and at the dinner party, they had this thing where one person talks. Well, one person comes up with a topic, and everyone discusses it, right? And he said it's like 11 people. Like that was like the best dinner party he's ever been to, right? And that each topic was very interesting. So he said, has anyone ever done like psychedelic trip or done any psychedelics to like enhance your mind, or even like just for personal growth? And that everyone's hands went up, bro. And he's like sitting at a table with like millionaires, billionaires, all these people like running big ass companies. And he said that was probably one of like the best conversations that he's ever had, because he's never really pictured like multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires doing this kind of stuff, because you never really hear about them doing it, right? And he says that a lot of them kind of like get their ideas from them, and then once they like they're out of the psychedelic trip, they did just focus in onto that idea, and that's how they
That kind of goes around circles about the whole the CIA thing, how there's an idea in their mind and they just focus on it like the beam.
Yeah, they laser in. Yeah, dude, it's pretty nuts. So like I'm gonna send you that video. It was pretty cool. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, send it to me, because I dabbled around with that stuff,
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to know like kind of how to think in a way
like Jeff
while
Bezos,
in that state. Yeah.
Like Jeff Bezos doing this shit. What?
It's like I need to make money.
It's pretty interesting, and that was just like one of those like 10-minute motivational clips in a way, kind of like he's talking about it. I know like that you can find the interview and it'll probably be much longer, and he'll probably go more into depth about it. I'll send it to you right now. Oh, here it is. And the video itself is this a billionaire's shortcut? So is it though? You never know. Because he talks about like Bradley Cooper's movie Limitless.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That's a dope ass movie, yeah. I'll text this video to you. There you go. Cool. So yeah, that one's pretty interesting to watch. But The Strangest Secret, you said you listened to that one, right? The one I sent you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one too, I wanna start working on. I'll explain a little what The Strangest Secret is. Kind of goes back to like the CIA files. It's about, I think this whole podcast really is just like about the mind itself. I think that's what
I would say so.
Yeah, what they've been about kind of for the past two weeks. But yeah, the strangest secret is basically, man becomes what he thinks about, right? And you can find this video on YouTube, and he actually kind of gives you like a formula of how to go about to like unlock the strange secret, which is not a secret at all because it's written everywhere. You use your mind, you become what you think, but people do not realize this, which is why it remains a secret. So that's something I'm starting tomorrow. I'm actually gonna listen to it and write out the formula to like move forward. I think it's gonna. Yeah. I don't know why I'm like this upcoming Monday, like tomorrow. Monday moving forward, dude, is gonna be fucking wild. I feel good things are coming. This whole month itself kind of been a little shitty. But I don't know, just recently, I think it started yesterday or 2 days ago. I had a buddy of mine message me. He's like, hey, what are you doing Saturday? And he's from church. And I was like, I don't know, man. I haven't planned that far ahead. He's like, oh, okay, because I was wondering if you'd like to come to church with me tomorrow in the morning. We're having like a conference for men. We're just going to talk and just like build ourselves in a way, and sometimes, men need that kind of stuff. Men are very kind of firm. They don't want to like open up and be emotional, and I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to make any promises. I'll be going. He's like, no, bro, it's cool. Like, just come. Like I'm gonna buy the tickets right now. And he's like, I just want to make sure that you would come. I was like, if you're about to buy the tickets, fine. Like, yeah, I'll go. So yeah, I get there and it's like breakfast. They had breakfast for us and we're eating and we're just talking. And then like afterwards, we went into like the conference room and we just sat there and just listened to like this guy preach. But he wasn't like really preaching like gospel. He was just preaching about life and like how we could build ourselves and grow. And he gives us like four keys of like, live for yourself, like, do you have purpose and kind of stuff like that, right? And he said that, and the guy was saying that his kids live like this too, like, respect yourself, live for yourself, do you have purpose? And I think like, what's your purpose, right? And he was telling us that his son actually like was like, this girl at school came up to him and she's like, hey, you want to have sex with me or something like that? And he looks at her and then he's like, nah, I don't. And she's like, what do you mean you don't? He's like, I just don't want to. And then he's telling his dad about this, and the dad's like, well, like, why'd you say no? He's like, Dad, I'm not gonna do that. Like, he's like, that's just gonna like it's weird because he's like, they talked kind of about energy. He's like, that's gonna drain my energy, and I can't see her being my wife. And imagine that if she's going around asking me this, how many other people has she asked this, and how many people has she been with, right? And I was like, yeah, that's kind of true, But yeah, like, I don't know, I learned a lot, and then like it kind of like triggered something there yesterday that I was like, okay, starting Monday, I'm gonna do this. And I wrote one goal down that I want, that's gonna be my long-term goal. And I wrote like little steps on how I'm gonna accomplish this little goal. Like I have like 2 important dates. And so I have like today, like one important date that's gonna be coming up like sometime in March, and another important date that's gonna be coming up in April. So I'm like, all right, today you get, you day by day, you take it day by day till you get to that date. You need to have that accomplished, right? So I kind of applied it with the strangest secret. I have that one big goal written down, and I just have my little steps.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, so this upcoming month, bro, I mean, this whole entire year, I feel it. It's gonna be good. Yeah. And I've been saying that like this whole before 2021. But yeah, January started off shitty. But now I see, I'm like, all right, man, this is gonna be good. I got this.
I would say for me, 2020 was, I don't want to say too shitty, but it wasn't that great. And for so far, 2021's been pretty nice and generous to me.
It's good, yeah. So,
but I think I'm gonna do that what you're doing. Write down some of your goals and then kind of write down or give yourself like an actual time set.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know if you remember, but on The Strangest Secret, he kind of mentions like you have to have one main goal, right? He says you can't have a lot of different other, like a lot of little, like you can't have, like, let's say you want to buy a house, but then you also want to like make $1 million. Then you also want to like start a company. You also want to do this. You also want to do that. He said, in the way, in the Strangest Secret, he says, which one do you want the most, right? So focus on the one that's the biggest, and then the other things will come with it, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm focusing my like on my biggest goal, and then I know everything else will come with
that goal.
With that goal, yeah. Because he says, if I remember correctly, in The Strangest Secret, he says, don't have so many goals that you have to put like energy, like a little amount of energy here, a little amount of energy there, a little amount of energy there. He says you want to focus your whole entire energy to that one goal. Like the CIA files, laser focus on that one idea, right? Which is why I like kind of brought the CIA files to this podcast, because I was going to mention the formula of the Strangest Secret, kind of intertwines with each other. So yeah, it's like, it's honestly all around us, dude, and like nobody sees it. Like people there's gonna be some people that listen to this or watch this and just gonna go in one ear out the other.
Yeah, and then there's gonna be those ones that actually get it or kind of get it, and they're gonna start seeing those little things in front of them, like, oh shit, like
yeah,
they were talking about this, like, and they're gonna slowly see the little like ripples of that.
yeah, yeah. And even in school too, like I could go back to fourth grade. My teacher, Miss Ramsey, she's talking up to us, and she's talking about how Einstein said the law of attraction is the strongest law on Earth. She's teaching it in the form of science, right? I remember specifically. I couldn't even tell you where I'm sitting. I was sitting like front row, doors right here. I'm like, there's a desk here, and I'm here. I'm the second row before the door. And I remember that, and I go back and I'm like, holy shit, dude. She's talking about the law of attraction, but she's talking about the law of attraction as a form of a magnet, because she's teaching us science. She could have easily said, you could pull this into your mind too,
Well, I feel like the mind is a magnet, because it, and I've said this sometimes, like I've said this before to people. I've said it out loud, like our mind is a magnet. Whatever you decide to think, it is what it brings stuff around you. So if you're thinking positively, positive things will happen to you. You'll find $1 on the floor, or like little things like that.
Yeah.
Like as long as you have your mind set, and kind of like I never really thought of like the whole Einstein theory, like, and it makes sense that's what it is. Like, you think of, like, let's say like you're trying to make a cartoon, like, and that's your goal. Like you want to make a cartoon that'll be aired, and you think and you work hard for it, but you keep your mind set on there. Your mind will magnet people that will help you with that. They'll give you an idea, like, okay, oh, you ever thought of doing this? Like, oh shit, I've never really thought of that. Like,
yeah.
And then you write it down, and you go on your way, and you keep, like, that's how like your mind works. Like you talk about it, you think about it, you eat and sleep about it, and then the universe in a way kind of gives you those things in front of you. in a way, your mind is a magnet.
Yeah, and it is. And if she would have said that, if she would have planted that idea into our minds at that age, she could just like easily said the law of attraction, you know, is a magnet. Um, you know, but she's teaching it to us in science. She could have said the same, like, you know, kind of too, if you like think about something, you'll attract that. That would have been like the first seed that would have gone into our minds at that age. And my life would have probably been a lot different than what it is now. Um, but yeah, like when I started learning about all this too, like I remember that like it came to me like a light. I was like, holy shit, dude! I remember hearing this about this. And yeah, my teacher was named Miss Ramsey, and I was like, I remember hearing about this in her class. Like, what the hell? And even like I want to say like second grade, we're talking about Edison when he created the light bulb, how he failed 1,000 times. And then he like on the 1,001 or even like on the 1,000th try, he like got his goal. I'm reading this book, Riches Won't Bring Riches, by Napoleon Hill. He actually interviewed Edison, Thomas Edison.
Oh.
He met him. He's like, yeah. And he's talking to Edison, and Edison's telling him that he didn't know how he was gonna like invent a light bulb, but each time that he failed, that he was happy that he failed, because you know, and you hear this everywhere, that because he learned how not to make a light bulb, right? And that Edison's persistence and his belief that out there somewhere in the cosmos may be found the answer to all the problems had projected into space the pattern of a definite idea, and that idea had found contact with a physical counterpartner. So like Edison, you know, finding out how not to make a light bulb, you know, had to tweak it and had to think about, okay, like, what would this do, you know, and just like all the answers are just coming to him. And same with the CIA files. It says it too, like you could tap into the universe and you get the information from the universe, right? And going back to last week's podcast about the infinite intelligence, you could tap into someone else's mind and pretend like you're them. And you're gonna see too, like you'll see it if you practice this. Like for example, like I tap into my future self. I'm not thinking, I'm just writing, and I'm writing shit, and then it makes sense. But eventually it wears off, where like my mind actually starts thinking, and I can't think how I was before, or even if it was me, you know.
That mindset.
Yeah, it's beautiful, dude. It's amazing. Yeah, it's crazy.
The mind is a beautiful organ.
Yeah, it's a muscle. Yeah,
or muscle. Yeah, it's just amazing.
I think it's an organ too. I mean, yeah. So
whatever it is.
It's the big blob of whatever, you know.
Big blob of just whatever, has a bunch of membranes and. But I honestly, yeah, I agree with everything. Like even with the whole CIA thing, like they thought of, you know, they started thinking about it around 1983, and there was other people already thinking about it way before then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, so it's something, you know, like.
There's something bigger than us for sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like for all you know, and I just thought of this right now, there's probably a world inside your head right now. Mm-hmm. Where a parallel universe or something, you know, little beings walking around doing whatever they're doing, whatever they have to do to live. You ever watch Rick and Morty?
Yeah, I've seen some episodes here and there, yeah.
Where he I think he like builds a battery where it's supposed to just like it never runs out of battery because there's like a little alien like alien civilization inside that he like kind of like enslaved in a way, and like, it's supposed to work for themselves, and then eventually the battery breaks and he actually goes into the battery. I don't remember it correctly, but he goes into the battery, I think it is, and like there's like a scientist in that battery that found a way to not have to work because he built a battery that has another planet in it that has aliens that are going to work for him. So it kind of just like counter blocked it, you know? And he's like, what the hell? You know, no, that's not supposed to happen. Like, So kind of like that. That's how I kind of like picture like, you know, the mind at
The
times.
mind.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Uh, this, oh man, this is probably one of my favorite ones so far. It's pretty fun talk.
Yeah, I honestly liked it. And honestly, like I have a buddy of mine gave me like a website of teas. I'll send it to you right now.
Oh
That'll
yeah.
help you with. It'll help you with like lucid dreams.
Oh hell yeah, dude. So I take it before.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. Cool, I got it.
yeah. It tells you a lot about it. Like it gives you 10 different teas and different herbs and stuff like that. And they specifically tell you about that thing and how to take it or how much of it. The other thing is I've probably need to. I don't know how you would find some of these things.
So not sold in the U.S.
No, I'm pretty. There's still a way of getting shit. The beauty of internet.
Yeah, it's true. Ah man. Oh, I'm excited, bro. Getting my job. Gonna still be doing Lyft and DoorDash just to earn a little side money, but I think I'm more excited about my goals and just reading this information, just knowing that it's everywhere on all these damn books that I'm reading and videos I'm watching. Just laser focus.
Yeah.
I started one day, but I'm gonna be more strict with myself these upcoming days. There's like my my morning. So like I'm probably not tomorrow. I won't wake up at 3:45, but it says like wake up at 3:45. Make your bed, and then 4 o'clock sit on the couch, think, meditate, journal. 5 o'clock, finish journaling, breakfast, wash your dishes, and I kind of just like break my whole day down, just so that I know. And I've heard a lot of people say this too, like a lot of like famous people. You have to plan out your day to like accomplish your goals.
Yeah, I've seen it too. The Rock. I've seen like a video of The Rock saying that, like like you got to get up early in the morning. You're gonna have to have like yourself already planned what you're gonna do before you go to sleep. So when you wake up, your body already knows to do those things.
Yeah, that one day that I practiced that, I don't know, I did it one day just to see, because this week was kind of like I mentioned last podcast. There's times where I'm like I get lonely and I'm just like fuck, dude, and it's so hard to like shake out of that. I think it came to a point subconsciously, even without me knowing, I needed to go visit people. So like on Monday, I went to my cousin's house, and I was there like a good portion of the day. And then yesterday, I actually went to my brother's house because he had a comida, dinner with the family. So I don't know, it felt good. It felt good, and I was happy. Kind of needed it, I guess. My mind, obviously your mind knows what's up. So yeah, but now moving forward, I'm just like, man, excited.
What's good for you, man?
Yeah, but yeah, I did that, and I wrote my journal down, and yeah, I listened to it. Anything else, man?
No.
No.
I think that was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good too. I'm gonna send you the CIA files. They're PDFs. Pretty cool. There's like 29 pages. Just I don't know, read it, bro. It's pretty interesting information.
No,
So,
you already got me hooked on it.
yeah.
I was actually gonna ask you if you could send it.
Yeah, no, I got you. Cool, man. There's nothing else, guys. We'll see you next week. Hopefully Walter will join us. Actually gonna message him again tonight. But cool, man. Eric?
Pretty good. Thank you guys for listening.
All right. All right, guys. You have a wonderful night. Take care.